I just have two words to say. Kim Woodburn. Not the sort of person you want to mess with, and she gives as good as she gets. Before Big Brother, I had an enormous amount of respect towards her, and to watch her on How Clean Is Your House, I absolutely loved the way that she wasn't afraid to tell home owners how it all was. She would give home owners a piece of her mind on their house, cleaning. What I also loved about Kim was that despite other people, she speaks proper English, and before she went on Big Brother, there were no F words coming out of her mouth, and she has worked with producers before, and she has got on perfectly fine with these people. Kim will speak the truth and tell people how things affect her, and Kim will speak it from her point of view, and she, I have noticed, doesn't like people who challenge or contradict her. And when this happens, her dominance comes out. The thing is, she's from a time period exactly like my nan, where despite her horrible childhood, she was brought up with manners and high standards. The thing is, and this is what people forget about talking to a 70-year-old woman, years ago, you wouldn't dare contradict them or have an opinion that you fight so hard to get out. It was a generation where kids were seen and not heard, and quickly put in their place if they did. But now we are in a different time period where we do speak out, speak our minds, and some people will argue I have the right to have an opinion, and if I want to say it, I will. And there are pros and cons to this new attitude. However, showing the elderly respect means you don't answer back. My mum explained this to me once. It was never the done thing. And I passing comments that old people are known to come out with, you know, if they feel that you shouldn't PK or something like that, you would stop talking and take it. And this generation at the moment isn't a generation of people where we actually take it. And this is why we have lots of conflict, lots of it, because in the past we've put our tongues and watched what we've said or accept a telling off. What it has done is allowed people of an older generation to act superior and have what's the word I'm looking for, and have a grandiosity outlook. But back then everybody knew their place, and the proper way to do things is going by the eye. And these days there is no respect. There is really no respect. And men and women over 70 are not going to change how they think. They're not going to change with time, and they are the type of people who always go back to the good old days, and how the good old days was a much less simpler time. Anyway, I didn't watch Big Brother. This was when Kim was on it, and I didn't watch it because the arguments and the fights were not really my thing, although it makes for good telly. But I had subscribed to Big Brother a while ago, and I had these videos come up of Kim in an argument with another person, and then another person. I'm like, oh wow, that's what's going on. And I thought, but I watched this one clip, and this was when Kim was in the bedroom and she was talking to Nicola, and what Kim wanted originally to do was to sort this problem out that they had, and both of them like to feel superior and be able to walk away with the upper hand. Kim would say something and Nicola said something back. Basically, they both fought for dominance. When Kim came out and spoke to Philip on This Morning, she was perfectly alright until he started teasing her and questioning her, because he wanted to get down to the root of things, why everybody picked on her when it didn't happen to Jessica and Chloe, who came in a little bit late. And Kim's words were, they were people who didn't want to say a wrong word out of place. And that suggests to me Kim was gonna be the complete opposite and ruffle people up a bit. I do and I don't like Kim at the same time. Sometimes I do find her quite funny, but sometimes I don't. I don't believe for 1 second she's a nasty person. But it is very hard to find that connection from someone who uses aggression as a way to express themselves. And a part which I do understand is that she won't let you talk to her, and with a sharp tongue she will put you in your place. And when she was spoken to like, oh, go back to your cleaning, woman, that's disgusting. It honestly was. And any other self-respecting person wouldn't take it either. Okay, Kim respects authentic people and people she doesn't have to second guess. But when Helene just wants to get on with everybody, Kim sees her as untrustworthy because Helene sees it as getting along with everybody, doesn't want to upset anyone. But when Helene is talking to members of this gang who bullied Kim, Kim classed her as the same as the rest of them, which I did think was a bit unfair. But I think what has happened is Kim's trust has been compromised, and when that happens, she won't take it, and she has become aggressive and things like that in the house. And also what Kim would have done as well is polarized everybody in that house. People who were giving her a rough time and people who weren't. And because she didn't trust Helene, she has lumbered her in the same as everybody else who was a bully. But do I think Helene is a bully? No, I don't. And see, the thing is, when the public were coming in and telling everybody in that Big Brother house that Helene was one of the most two-faced people, as hurtful as that was to Helene, that just made up Kim's thoughts. The thing is, okay, I haven't seen Kim recently where she is not tearing someone a new one. And when she responds in anger, it all goes completely to pot. I believe she should have listened to her gut and not gone on loose women recently. The first thing Kim said to Helene was, "What have you got to say to me?" Like she was owed an apology. And in some ways, I think she was. But you will never gain a calm discussion for a positive outcome when you go in somewhere het up with a rage. And because she was het up, I don't think she was communicating as effectively as she could have if she was calm. I think the point of it was to smooth things over, but both of them have been hurt, and Colleen was in fact rushed out of Big Brother because she was having a heart attack, and Kim had to be physically removed by answers. What us viewers wanted was an explanation or a way to understand him, to be able to give him a voice, to tell us what went wrong. And when asked the question by Annette, what really annoyed you about Helene, the first thing Kim went was ask Helene. She wasn't giving anybody an actual answer. She wasn't giving a direct answer. I mean, I could have understood if she told us if this happened in the kitchen and when she was outside this happened, or something that we could understand, something that we could relate to. But everything again went hot, and you could hear the reactions from the audience. And it was when Kim said that she was going to have to pray Linda's trust by calling her only, and then told us that apparently Linda had said, as a matter of fact, Kim, Helene admitted she was a bit two-faced. And I'm not suggesting for 1 minute Linda actually did say this in confidence. But if she did, Kim would have broken her trust on live television. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that Kim didn't have a horrible childhood, and maybe they should get him back on when Colleen's on holiday or not in, because they're obviously not going to get along. But even when Annette was trying to bring him down a bit and talk about the subject at hand, Kim wasn't gonna do it. I do believe because Kim wasn't prepared to tell us this is what Helene did or didn't do. I don't think Helene actually did anything. And Kim just blew up. I believe it could have gotten nastier if she hadn't have walked off, as she made it pretty clear that she came to Loose Women for the money. There were contributing factors on the show that certainly wouldn't have helped. But on the whole, you just have to look at these two women and know that they are two completely different people. And I am not changing my mind over Helene. She is a sweetheart. She has been on Loose Women for years and years, and we've all got to know her. And just because she has happened to have clashed with him should not alter no one's opinion. Colleen is also an agony aunt in a newspaper. She is constantly helping people, and therefore she is a good person. But like everybody else, we are not perfect, and at times, as it's hard to contain your own temper, if you are actually being authentic, it can come out. The thing is with Kim and what the Loose Women were getting at was, has she got a problem with anger? And to which she turned around and said, no. Or see, when you express yourself through anger, people tend to get the impression that you are an aggressive person. And for some people, aggressive people make them feel nervous. Some people are a little bit scared, and then guess what happens? They start to view that person as a threat. It's kind of a storm passing through. The storm is not gonna look back and go, oh wow, I offended this person and I offended this person. The storm doesn't care. It's moved on to a different town. And what makes angry people particularly damaging is they don't understand what it's like to be on the receiving end of their temper. They don't, because they're that angry they just want to get it out. But at the end of it, it's devastating, and it should have never got to that point where it's escalated on live telly. Should never have got to that point.